Welcome to Chase Talks. My name's Chase, and today I'm bringing you Chase is Bad at UU. Now, we've done a few episodes of Chase is Bad at, focusing on OU, but I'm getting kind of tired, and I've expressed this a lot in videos. Also, sorry if I sound like nasally and quieter than I normally would. I'm still sick. This is day 2 of the sickness. Unfortunately, I thought about recording another episode of Pokemon Yellow for today, but I promised at the end of part 2 of Pokemon Yellow that I would be bringing a Chase's Bad at UU today. And I'm gonna live up to that promise. Again, if you see a weird cut in this video, is because I coughed or have a coughing fit, and I don't want to cough in all your guys' ears. I don't want to listen to myself cough, let alone have you guys listen to me cough. But so that's why we're on the battle screen. So as always, link in the description. I'm going to do a quick team builder. Link in the description to bypass that team builder and go straight into the battles. Otherwise, I'm going to cut right now into our team builder. And the first Pokemon that we're going to be bringing on this team, again, these are 6 Pokemon focused on Pokemon that I enjoy using in Draft League format, using them on the ladder. Just like in the Battle U series, the only difference is this time we're going on the UU ladder. And the first Pokemon I'm going to be bringing is our which is our Goodra. I loved in the X and Y anime, which I actually really enjoyed the X and Y anime. I loved whenever Ash's Goodra was on screen, because whenever it would fight, it would just go Goo, and I cracked up all the time. On our Goodra, we are running an Assault Vest. Gooey is its ability, 248 in HP, 252 in Special Attack with a Modest Nature, 4 points in Defense, 4 points in Special Defense, Draco Meteor, Dragon Pulse, Ice Beam, and Sludge Wave. Now, the reason that I decided to run both Draco Meteor and Dragon Pulse, instead of running like Flamethrower, Thunderbolt, anything like that, was because I wanted to have the ability to hit with Dragon-type Stab without getting the -2 in Special Attack, but I still wanted to have the nuke of Draco Meteor there. So if I needed Draco Meteor damage, I could use the Draco Meteor damage, but if I just want to Dragon Stab something, or if I don't need to take the -2, I don't want to have to take the -2. Ice Beam for just general stab against flying types, grass types, etc., and Sludge Wave as our poison type stab for fairies, things like that. I decided to go with Gooey, which makes physical attackers go to -1 speed when they attack us. I was deciding between that and Sap Sipper. I don't really know how often you'll see any grass types or anything like that on the ladder, so if I'm running into a lot of grass types, I might switch to Sap Sipper. I don't really know how common that is, but we're going to find out together. Now the next Pokemon, as you can see from our spoiler bar, is our Ozai, which is our Entei, with the Choice Band, Sacred Fire, Iron Head, Stone Edge, Extreme Speed, Pressure is its ability, 252 in attack with an Adamant Nature, 252 in speed, 4 in defense. So it's not going to be maxed out in speed. It will get outspeed by some things, but I just wanted it to have that ability to hit things really, really hard, and yeah, just kind of put down pressure, put down a lot of damage. I like the Iron Head, Stone Edge, Extreme Speed, Sacred Fire. I like the coverage on that. Of course, the 50% burn from Sacred Fire is awesome. And, I mean, it's hard to beat 50% burn rate on... You see how often Scald burns, that's only 30%. It's hard to beat 50% burn rate. And the next Pokemon on our team is going to be our beeDrive, which is our Mega Beedrill. Adaptability is its ability after Mega Evolving. Beedrillite, of course, since that's its Megastone. U-turn, X-Scissor, Poison Jab, and Drill Run. 252 in attack with 252 in speed with the Jolly Nature. It blew my mind that Mega Beedrill's in UU. I don't know why more people don't use this thing. This thing is so powerful. I don't know why this is underused. And it definitely is an underused Pokemon, because it definitely should be used way more than it actually is. Adaptability is amazing. I actually thought about running knockoff on this Pokemon, but I opted for X-Scissor instead, because then I could have U-turn for the extra priority, or momentum, not priority, the momentum grab, and then just have X-Scissor as just a bug-type nuke. X-Scissor does so much damage, Poison Jab does so much damage, and Drill Run is just amazing ground stab. It's really hard to beat Drill Run. From just a ground stab perspective, it does a lot of damage. And the next Pokemon on our team is another Pokemon that blows my mind that's in UU. And actually, the Goodra is in RU. It's not even in UU, which also surprised me. But it's our Spooky Ghost. Gengar. Choice Specs. Curse Body is its ability, which has the chance to disable the Pokemon's attack when it is being attacked with a contact move. Sludge Wave, Shadow Ball, Dazzling Gleam, Thunderbolt. I opted for those 4 coverages. I opted for Thunderbolt just because it can hit water types, flying types, and things like that. Dazzling Gleam to fight against the dragons that I may see. Shadow Ball and Sludge Wave for 2 different types of stab, the Poison Stab and the Ghost Stab. 252 in special attack, 252 in speed with the Timid Nature, and 4 points in special defense. I opted for the extra speed rather than the extra special attack. This thing has an awesome speed tier already, and I opted to just be that much faster. Choice specs will give me the extra damage I need, making up for not having the modest nature. The next Pokemon is another one of our 3 tanks in this team. I went with 3 strong offensive threats, and then 2 of which are very naturally fast, which are Gengar and a Beedrill. They're both very naturally fast. And then Ozai just puts down a huge amount of pressure, as well as having the 100 base speed, which does make it have a good speed tier. But then Goodra and our next Pokemon, which is our Kaiser, our Empoleon, which Kaiser is actually the German word for emperor. With a Rocky Helmet, Define is its ability, so if its attacks get lowered, it'll increase its attack by 2 stages. Waterfall, Knockoff, Stealth Rock, and Defog. So has the ability to set hazards, remove hazards, knock off opponents' items, and Waterfall has a flinch stance as well as just being good water stab. It does have 248 points in HP, 252 in defense with an Impulse Nature, and 8 extra points in attack, opting for the route of Waterfall rather than running for Scald. And I just ran that to kind of pair with the Defiant boost, even though it does have a natural higher special attack than physical attack. I just opted for that route instead. And the next Pokemon, and the final Pokemon on this team, is our Slicer, which is our rotom-mow with leftovers. Levitate is its ability. Leaf Storm, Volt, Switch, Will-O-Wisp, and Defog. Now, I do have 2 Defoggers on this team. The ability to Volt Turn between our beeDrive and our Slicer is amazing. Just the ability to Volt Switch, U-turn back and forth between those 2 will put down a lot of pressure and damage on it. Will-O-Wisp, the ability to sit down and burn anything that comes in, whether it's a physical threat, completely nerfing that physical threat, or whether it's a especially offensive threat just to get that damage, or a tank just to neutralize its leftovers. Will-O-Wisp is just good in kind of anything. Of course, the burn was nerfed moving to Gen 7, but it still offers a good amount of chip, at least neutralizing leftovers at the very least, and I am running leftovers on this Pokemon. I have a second Defogger on this team, so just in case Kaiser goes down, I have the ability to still remove hazards. I'm running a fully specially defensive set, 252 in HP, 252 in special defense, with 4 extra points in special attack. I actually think I'm going to lower that by 1. Yeah, I'm going to lower his HP by 1, and I'm going to add an extra point to his special attack, just to have an odd HP stat. Calm Nature, of course, which lowers physical attack and increases special defense, since I'm going that special route. Or since I'm going that specially defensive route. The one thing that's bad about rotom-mow is that if I do just have to use Leaf Storm, which is its grass stab, and it's only grass stab that it gets, I will go to -2 special attack, which definitely is not a good thing, but it is better than not running any grass stab at all, in my opinion. And yeah, so there's my team, and I'm going to cut until we're in our first battle of the day, our first of 3, as we do in all of our bad at episodes. Alright, hopping into our first match of the day, we're facing off against a Crobat, a Starmie, an Executor, a Nidoking, a definitely not Mega Absol, and an Arcanine. So, with Arcanine, that's one of the Pokemons that I wanted to make use of the Defiant ability that my Kaiser can run, because I can go, if I can get that +2 in attack, and then I have the ability to attack it with a really strong Waterfall. Now, I'm expecting it not to be a Choice Scarf Crobat, so I do have the ability to switch and have beeDrive start and U-turn on anything on his team. Especially, it deals really well with his Starmie, his Executor, and his Mega Absol, and I actually have good coverage for Nidoking and Arcanine as well. I just gotta be weary of Choice Scarfers, so I'll definitely have to look around and make sure that I'm not unintentionally switching into a Choice Scarf user. So I'm going to start off with Beedrill. I think I'm going to U-turn. I think he's going to leave Crobat. I can start off with Beedrill, and I can U-turn into our Kaiser. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So he does actually lead Crobat. Now, I'm going to do exactly what I said. I am going to outspeed this thing on turn 1. Because I do just have a higher base speed than it. So I'm going to Mega Evolve, and I'm going to click the U-turn. So he is not Choice Scarfed. He's most likely banned. I'm going to switch into our Kaiser to take that, because he's going to take... If he Brave Birds, he's going to take Brave Bird plus Rocky Helmet. If he U-turns, he's going to take Rocky Helmet damage, and Kaiser can take anything he wants to nicely. So we are going to see the Brave Bird go out, so I take that really nicely, and he's going to take Recoil plus Rocky Helmet damage, which is huge. I'm going to go ahead and just go for a Stealth Rocks here. And we're going to see if he decides to switch attacks, or if he does go for the U-turn here. So he does actually switch out, so it tells me that he is most likely banded. Now I really don't know what this thing can do to me. I guess it gets the Thunderbolt. I'm going to go ahead and switch into Slicer. Take that Thunderbolt. So he did go for a Thunderbolt there, and that's actually a crit. I think he's most likely going to switch into Arcanine here. So I could just go for a Volt Switch. I could be in a really bad position, though, if he stays in and decides to attack. So we do see that he has Life Orb, though. But I really think he's going to switch into Arcanine, so I am just going to go for a Volt Switch. And we actually see him switching to Nidoking, and ooh, that stops my switch. Ooh. That sucks. That ends up stopping my switch right there. I think I'm going to switch into Goodra here. We don't know what kind of Nidoking it is yet. And I think that Goodra is going to end up being my best switching, because unless he goes for Ice Beam, he doesn't have super good coverage for Goodra, and I'm Assault Vested, so I should take that rather nicely. So he does actually go for an Ice Beam, and even though it's a super effective hit, I do only take 66% from that. I'm going to go ahead and go for an Ice Beam of my own. So he goes ahead and hits me with that. I'm going to hit him with an Ice Beam. That does crazy amount of damage. I don't want to take any more damage from this thing. So I'm going to switch back into our Kaiser, I think, and go for a knockoff. Because how much am I taking? I'm taking 30.5, so I could live another one. Oh, the first one did 34%. So I could not live another one. I could actually just go into Nidoking, or go into Entei here. Yeah, I'm going to Entei. I think he's locked into it. I'm pretty sure he's locked into this here. And I could actually just go for an Extreme Speed. Or do I want to go for a Sacred Fire? You know what, I'm going to go for a Sacred Fire, expecting him to preserve the Nidoking. Because it looks like at this point that his Nidoking is most likely Scarfed. Oh, not Scarfed. Because since I outspeed it, he's definitely not Scarfed. I think I'm going to go back into Slicer here. Take a potential Rapid Spin. Ooh, interesting. And I'm going to Will-O-Wisp. And he actually goes into Executor. 229. How fast am I? 208, and he has the ability to be at 229. He has the ability to just be faster than me. I don't know what Executor wants to go for, so I'm going to go for a Volt Switch, and I am actually faster than it. I want to go into Spooky Ghost. I don't know how much damage this thing can do to me. I mean, Beedrill's 4 times effective to it, and he resists that, but if he goes for a Psychic type move, then Beedrill's a bad switch-in. Spooky Ghost isn't a very good switch-in either. You know what, I'm going to go into Kaiser and see what he wants to do here. Oh, so he Leech Seeds and that misses. He Leech Seed on my Grass type? Oh, interesting. I'm going to go for a knockoff, though. And we're going to see what item he had. So he actually had an Agua Berry. And we do actually see Energy Ball. So he is carrying the Grass Stab. Now, will he go for another Energy Ball? I'm going to go ahead and go into beeDrive, predicting an Energy Ball, because I'll resist that nicely. Ooh, and he goes for Leech Seed. Very interesting. Should I go for X-Scissor or U-turn? You know what? I'm going to go for the X-Scissor. He actually switched into Arcanine here. So I reveal the X-Scissor. And I'm going to U-turn here to get me out of there. I guess he could go for an extreme speed here. Or do I just want to go for a drill run? I'm -1 though, so I don't think a drill run could knock him out. Ooh, and that does not KO me. Which is very good to know. I think I'm going to go into Spooky Ghost here. Alright, go to Entei. Do I want to go into Entei or do I want to go into Spooky Ghost? Man, that was really close to KOing my Beedrill. Entei is Stone Edge. At this point, he doesn't know I have Stone Edge. I actually think a better idea is to go into Spooky Ghost and go for the Shadow Ball. Or do I want to go for a Sludge Wave? Predicting him to go into the Absol. Oh, he ends up forfeiting. Okay. So I guess he couldn't see a chance of him winning at that point. Yeah, that surprises me that my opponent ended up forfeiting. I don't think Shadow Ball could have. I don't think anything Gengar had could have just ripped through his team. Yeah, it really surprised me that he decided to forfeit when we were 5. When it was 6-5 still. Maybe it's because he just missed out on that kill on Beedrill. Maybe that's why he forfeited. But I definitely don't think that was a game that I was 100% in control of. I definitely think that nothing on his team really wanted to take a Shadow Ball or a Sludge Wave. It was just deciding on which one was the better play, on which was the switch in. He could have actually, I would have probably clicked Shadow Ball there, and then he could have switched into Mega Absol, which could have taken that fairly well. And then he would have been in a really good position, threatening with Sucker Punch. And he could have been in a really good position right there. So, well, GG to my opponent. I'm going to go ahead and cut until we're in our second battle of the day. Hopping into our second battle of the day, we're facing off against a Primarina, Passimian. I couldn't remember Passimian's name. Pillow. Oh my gosh. Paloswine. I almost called it a pillow swine. A Paloswine. A Lycanroc Dusk, which did just recently move down into UU. A Lurantis and a Turtonator. And we got a very own Terminator right there. I actually really like the lead of Beedrill again. I'll be in a bad position if he leads. I like Beedrill because the worst case scenario is that he leads worst case scenario is that he leads Lycanroc Dusk and goes for Accelerock, and then I can just switch into Kaiser. To take that, I can go straight into Kaiser, just hard into it, and then it'll be resisted. Yeah, so I think I'm going to lead Mega Beedrill. And what does he decide to lead? So he actually leads Turtonator. Now, if he goes for Shell Trap, do I still switch out? I don't know. I don't know how Shell Trap works. To be honest, I'm just going to hard into Goodra. I'm not really sure how Shell Trap works. Probably as bad as that sounds. Yeah, I think I should just harden to Goodra. I'm not really sure how Shell Trap works. And I don't think I OHKO this thing with the drill run. Should I try it? I guess I'll just try it. I'm concerned. Oh, my opponent disconnected, it says. Well then. I guess he did not like my team very much looking at the team preview, so he decided to disconnect like right away. Alright, well, I'm going to cut until my opponent comes back, if he does come back. Alright, so my opponent did not actually come back. So we're going to actually play 2 more battles today because my opponent decided to forfeit. So I'm going to cut till we're in our 3rd battle of the day. Alright, hopping into our 3rd battle of the day, we are facing off against a Zoroark, a Cloyster, a Vivillon, definitely not Mega Aerodactyl, a Sigilyph, and a Scissor, which I don't know if Mega Scissor is allowed in UU. I'm pretty sure Mega Scissor is OU. Alright, there was a weird cut right there because I had to blow my nose. But I am going to... I feel like the best lead I can do is just lead Beedrill. As long as it's not like Scarf Scissor, I can just U-turn on anything on his team and get at least a little bit of damage done. Now there's a lot on his team that resist the U-turn, so it's not as 100% necessary, but at least could give me some momentum into another Pokemon on my team. I also really like leading Ozai. You know what? I'm gonna lead Ozai, I think, instead. So he does actually lead Vivillon. So I feel like I made the right choice, and I'm pretty free to just go for Sacred Power. Oh, it sleep powders me! Oh my gosh. Don't put me to sleep. And you quiver dance. Come on, Ozai. Wake up, Ozai. Wake up, Ozai. All you gotta do is land a hit on this thing. Oh, you're gonna quiver dance again? Hurricane's not enough to OHKO me, but of course I get the confusion, and I get the Sacred Fire off, and it brings him down to his Focus Sash. Ooh. But he dies to the burn! Oh, he gets a 50% burn! That is beautiful! That is beautiful! That is beautiful! That is beautiful! Oh my gosh, I'm in love with you. You are the best. 299, 262. I outspeed this thing. I'm gonna go for another Sacred Fire. Oh yeah, Ice Shard. I forgot Ice Shard exists. I feel like I should just go ahead and Do I want to switch into Slicer, and do I want to get a Will-O-Wisp on this thing? It could do a lot of damage to me, though. You know what? I'm going to switch into Kaiser just to play it safe, and I'm just going to go for the knockoff. So he does actually Shell Smash. Are we going to see a Mental Herb? Oh, so we do see a Mental Herb, so that knockoff's going to do no damage. I'm just going to go for Stealth Rocks, I think, here. So you see Icicle Spear, which does 0 damage. Ooh, Rock Blast missed. I don't think there's anything on my team that can outspeed this at +2. Yeah, I feel like I missed my play because I should have just Will-O-Wisped. But there's nothing that this thing has that can actually do good damage to Kaiser. I wish the Kaiser got some recovery. Yeah, I don't have anything really for this thing. Then we've seen its full moveset now. I think I'm just gonna have to sack my Kaiser, unfortunately. Miss another Rock Blast. Alright, I'm gonna go into Spooky Ghost, and I'm going to go for a Choice Specs Thunderbolt. Oh man. So I disabled his Icicle Spear, which is good, but at the same time it's kind of dumb because it didn't actually stop him from using Icicle Spear. So I'm gonna go for a Will-O-Wisp. He goes for Ice Shard, but that's not enough to KO me, and I do get the Will-O-Wisp off. I'm just gonna have to sack this thing, unfortunately. Oh, and he gets a crit there. So I was just playing the hack and sack game. The hack and sack game. Trying to put us in an advantageous position. Now he brings in a Sigilyph. So I'm gonna go for an Ice Beam. And his Sigilyph Nasty Plots? Did he really have 6 setup Pokemon? Really? Oh, it was a Zoroark. And that's not going to KO me. Because I'm an Assault Vest. I'm like, did he really bring every Pokemon in his team with a form of setup? Is he just going to try and set up in my face with every Pokemon? I can't win here no matter what. I gotta get an Ice Beam crit to even think about it. Oh wow, so he really just brings 6 setup Pokemon? This guy makes no sense. I think that my best thing to do is click Drill Run. That it's for neutral at least. Oh, and he had a Citrus Berry. Alright, well, GG to my opponent. I'm going to cut to our 4th and final game of the day. Alright, hopping into our 4th and final battle of the day, we're facing off against a Tentacruel, an Ambipom, a Alolan Muck, a Braviary, a Swampert, and Infernape? I'm guessing that's not a Mega Swampert. I don't know what tier Mega Swampert's in, but I'm guessing it's not Mega because he doesn't have Rain. And I'm pretty sure that Mega Swampert doesn't get Rain Dance, so it can't set its own rain. I guess Tentacruel probably gets Rain Dance. I'm not really sure though. I really think my best play here is probably go for beeDrive. He could lead Ambipom, he could go for a Fake Out, which would be some decent chip on me. I guess in that case, I could lead Spoopy Ghost, but, or Kaiser. And get a little bit of Rocky Helmet damage off this thing and knock off its item. I guess I could do that. You know what, I'm just going to Beedrill. So he does lead exactly what I thought he was going to lead. So I'm going to go into Kaiser here expecting a Fake Out. And he does get a Fake Out. So that does just as much damage to him as he does to me. It actually does more damage to him than it did to me. And I'm just going to go for a Stealth Rock here. Actually, he might be Skill Link looking at that damage. I'm not 100% sure, but he could be. Not 100% sure. But he could very much well be. You're going to see him switch out, so he does get that in before I get my rocks. I'm just going to go for... I guess he could go for a Fighting type move. I could do Entei. I could go into Ozai, which is kind of a middle ground play. Because then he goes into the Fire type move or the Fighting type move. And I could just really go for a Stone Edge, since that kind of hits everything on his team. I could also go into Goodra here, since he doesn't know whether or not I have the Muddy Water. I'm just going to go into Ozai. And we actually see it's a special and Infernape because the Seas go for the Flamethrower. That's about to be a weird cut. Alright, so I'm just going to do what I said I was going to do, and I'm going to go for a Stone Edge. He actually goes for Swampert. And it takes the Stone Edge. I did no damage even though I'm banded. I can go into Slicer to immediately threaten this thing out. I'm going to go for a Will-O-Wisp and expect that he's not going to go into his Infernape, though he very well could. I guess I can go for a Vault Switch and kind of see what he wants to do against this thing. Or I can go for a Defog here and get rid of my rocks and his. But he actually goes into his Muck, so Will-O-Wisp would have been a really good play. But I can just go into my Beedrill and threaten this thing out immediately. By Mega Evolving and going for the Drill Run. He does actually switch into a Swampert to take that Drill Run. So I get the Drill Run and I'll get the U-turn here. Oh, that did a lot of damage. That crit! That crit! I'm just going to go Slicer here. Oh, and he decided to roar me out. Interesting. But I don't think this was a good move for him, actually. Because one on his team wants to take a Dragon Pulse. Nothing on his team wants to take a Dragon Pulse is the answer. So he definitely brought in the wrong Pokemon there. I'm going to go back into Kaiser to take a Fake Out, because he's going to go for Fake Out again. And he does. So he's going to take more Rocky Helmet damage after the Rocks damage. And I'm just going to go for a knockoff again. And remove anything item that wants to come in here. That was interesting that he went for the Roar, though. I definitely did not expect the Roar on this Swampert. It's cool to see Swampert being used. Like, normal Swampert is really cool. So we're going to get to knock off the Tentacruel's item, and it had Black Sludge. So we're going to remove its Black Sludge, which feels good. I feel like he's going to Rapid Spin away my hazards, so I'm just going to go for a Defog. Yep, so Rapid Spins my hazards away. And I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm going to Defog away his hazards. I'm going to go for another Stealth Rock. Yep, I was assuming he was going to switch out there. I'm going to do the play and go into Ozai again. I'm assuming he's going to go for another Flame Overthrower. Oh, and he just forfeits? Wow, so many people forfeit on this ladder after you kill one of their Pokemon. What the heck? We got 2 games. We got 2 wins today after an immediate forfeit. After we kill one of their Pokemon, we got 2 wins today. This is a weird ladder. This is a very weird ladder. But it's kind of a cool and refreshing ladder because at the same time, I get to see and battle a lot of Pokemon that, you know, I haven't really got to use before. So we ended the day, what? We went 3-1? We went today because we had 3 forfeits. And then we had the guy that beat us. So yeah, so GG to my opponent. This has been really weird playing against all these forfeits, but that is definitely going to be it for today. So thanks for watching. Remember to rate the video, comment the video, and subscribe so you never miss another episode of Chase Talks. Until next time, this is Chase, signing off.